Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be your viewer discretion is advised type of disclaimer here before we proceed to addressing the main topic of the video here, as it is rather disturbing in nature. The subject itself is not only horrible, but it is going to be addressing some pretty graphic details within. So if things like this genuinely bother you, I beg you guys to please click off this video right now while you can, as the last thing I want to have happen is for any of my videos to cause actual genuine harm to my viewers. So what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is the following. Ohio woman sentenced to 2 years in jail for sicking her pit bulls on a 6-year-old girl, yelling, "Your kids shouldn't have fucked with me and my dogs." She called 2 dogs to attack 4 little girls who were out front. My 6-year-old mauled by 2 of them while she stood there on her front porch watching, the father testified. A woman has been sentenced to 2 years in jail on charges of child endangerment, and her pit bulls will be euthanized after they mauled a 6-year-old girl. According to Warren County Court documents, Casey Theroff, 38, was living in a duplex in Lebanon, Ohio, and the 6-year-old and her family lived on the other side, Fox 19 reports. On August 25th, 2022, the 38-year-old and another person were in the backyard allegedly doing drugs when the family came outside. The 6-year-old's mother began to videotape the pair. Warren County Prosecutor David Fornshell said an argument began, and eventually the mother went inside to call the police. While all of this was happening in the backyard, the 6-year-old, her sister, and a neighbor girl were in the front yard of the home playing. The 6-year-old's father testified in court Wednesday. She called 2 dogs to attack 4 little girls who were out front. My 6-year-old mauled by 2 of them while she stood there on her front porch watching. In a video obtained by the police, Theroff can be heard telling the girl's mother, "Your kids shouldn't have fucked with me and my dogs." Theroff pleaded guilty to child endangerment charges as part of her plea agreement, but also denied the allegations made against her. "I would never use my dogs in a malicious or threatening type of way towards anyone. This all occurred because I didn't shut my front door," Theroff told the judge. The 6-year-old girl was required to undergo multiple emergency surgeries as a result of bites to her head and body. The judge said he did not believe Theroff and sentenced her to 2 years in jail with the possibility of 2 years probation after she is released. The dogs will be humanely put down as they are considered contraband as a result of the case. This is not okay. There is absolutely no reason to ever send your dog to go attack a 6-year-old little girl. And what is this punishment? 2 years in prison? This right here is clearly attempted murder, as pit bulls can easily kill a child. To send 2 dogs out for 1 6-year-old cause you had some stupid argument? You deserve way more than 2 years, sister. Hell, there is a special place in hell for people like you and for anyone who would ever prey on a child. And I think even Satan would reject the likes of you, you ugly piece of shit. You say you wouldn't ever send your dogs out to attack anyone or use them in a malicious way? Bullshit. Why did you just let the attack happen then? I know the judge said he didn't believe this crazy woman, but honestly, she deserved way more. I feel just god-awful, really bad for the kids as well, having to undergo emergency surgeries over this. This will traumatize the child. I can only imagine what the nightmares are going to be like for these kids going forward. Look, you can have dogs that many consider dangerous. That's absolutely fine. But you need to be able to train them and be able to subdue them if anything would happen instead of just letting something happen. It's called responsibility. Look it up and educate yourself on what that means. Like, what if the 6-year-old little girl had actually died because you were too irresponsible? Frankly, this woman deserves way more than 2 years in prison over this. This right here is straight up attempted murder, and if the 6-year-old girl was to actually die from these injuries, then it would be considered manslaughter. And this here is also another fine example of how fucking stupid and imbalanced the justice system really is.